Hey mate, what's going on here? What are you doing?
I'm just using one of these spanners that Anthony recommended.
Yeah, I was going to say, I heard you say, oh, that is the perfect tool.
Perfect tool for getting these underside 10mm bolts out.
Yeah, that's it.
Bit fiddly,
So it's rare to find. You used to be able to get them in Bunnings, but I don't think they're stocking them anymore. Hey everybody, mate, we're just doing a bit of a video, something different. Video a day. Subscribe, turn the bell on. About 10 minutes a day, a lot of free information, help you learn about vehicles, work on it yourself, value for money. Because, you know, there's a lot of people wrecking cars. Now, this spanner, it's a king chrome, 10mm ratchet spanner with a, how many degree bend, do you remember?
13 degrees.
13 degrees. And it's got a little switch on it. Let's just show everyone for a sec so they know. You used to be able to get it at Bunnings, but you can't get any.
13 degree.
Yep.
When you go to Bunnings, you'll only see the flat straight.
Yeah, they've changed it. And it's really, you only really want this. That is the exact, has it got the part number on it? Let's have a look.
Let me see.
Yeah, it'll have something on it, that's it.
There you go. It's actually, if you look it up, it'll be a K030033 from King Chrome.
Bingo, that's the one. Everybody, if you've been watching the videos, you should probably watch them in order. It's time to subscribe, turn the bell on, check the playlist, check the video before this. Now that the E-jar valve assembly elbow thing's off, I'm going to try and get the camera around and show you. So this is, so obviously they cleaned, we're just saying they cleaned that when they did this, when they put the plate in, right?
Yeah.
So they cleaned what you can see. That looks bloody good looking at that, doesn't it, mate? Let's have a look. See if we can see down, around, inside, out, back to front, what's down in there. Can't really see too much. Someone's done a pretty good job of cleaning it. So you want to clean all that out, yeah? Because he wants it all cleaned out, yeah?
Yep.
Cool. Pull it off and clean it out. Hey mate, I noticed the battery's missing. What's going on with that?
Just wanted to make it more easy to access.
It is. That's it. When you do these, that's what you do. You just take the whole battery out, yeah?
Stress.
Extra 5 minutes and give yourself more. I think we could adopt that idea. I like it. Because look at this access from down here. I haven't got that in the videos in the VIP group, have I?
And much easier to get to these EGR cooler nuts with the ratchet.
There you go. Beautiful. What's going on, mate? Beer o'clock?
No, mate, no. We're working. We're the workshop partner.
Have a look at this fridge, mate. All the supplies in here. You got the books and all. Workshop manuals. Beautiful. Yeah. What a way to keep everything,
you need to get started. You got a bit of priming fluid.
Is the fridge on? Is it nice and cold in there?
It's cold, mate. Yeah.
Beautiful.
6 degrees.
Hey, what's going on there? Oh, I heard a bolt crack. What's going on down there, mate? I'm going to get in the way here.
No, just getting down here with it. The right tool.
Down there.
Under the stay.
That's it. So that bottom bracket there. Thanks for letting me show that to people with me holding a camera and you doing something. That's good. So, yeah, once you, what are you going to undo that a couple of turns or something?
Yeah, just to get a bit of movement on that.
And then once you're done, we'll bring the tools up and we'll show them what you used, because this is my recommended tools. Love these King Chrome lock-on. Okay, so the 12mm, that's the size extent. What'd you call that? Is it a 6-inch extension or something?
Yeah,
isn't it, roughly?
But the socket won't come off.
That's it. But it's got a bit of wobble in it. Show them the wobble, right? And it's a single hex on the end.
Yes.
And nice comfy ratchet handle, and they're all, you got to push the button to get that off, don't you?
So everything's push button. Slide back and the socket comes off.
Beautiful. How
they can't fall off down there and land in the fray.
Excellent. So we were both working on Fords back in the 90s, yeah?
Correct.
Right. So what, you're just talking about the crankshaft there?
Yep.
What do you remember about the crankshafts on the, so they're EA or eBay? Were they they were 3.9s, weren't they?
EB Falcon.
Yeah, 3.9 though. The 4 litre was fixed up, was it?
Then they went to the 4 litre.
Yeah.
And then the end float bearings on the
So that was on the 4 litre, was it?
4 litre.
Right. I couldn't remember. You got a better memory than that. Was that 1992? Yeah.
1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Oh, so we both did our apprenticeship at a Ford dealer. Yep. Different Ford dealer. Didn't know each other.
Well, we couldn't get a job at Toyota because nothing was breaking.
Yeah, that's it. Too reliable. Yeah, and we didn't want to work on Toyotas then either because couldn't make any money. Tell you what, we're busy working on Fords though, weren't we?
Oh, yeah.
Head gaskets?
Head gaskets.
Yeah, how many head gaskets you reckon you did?
Oh, every week, multiples.
Yeah, probably like a couple of weeks.
Whole front end out for K-frame.
Yeah, the K-frame, yeah. What was that for again though?
They couldn't, there was not enough adjustment to actually do the wheel limits properly, so they flogged out all the tyres.
That's right, yeah. We had to put some kit in there or something, didn't we?
Welding
That's it, yeah.
Kits, yeah.
Hey, you're reminding me. The good old times. All right, what about older cars before the EAs? You must have worked on some XFs.
XS, it wasn't too bad.
The leak and valve cover, though, messing with the airflow and all that?
Always leaking valve covers.
Yeah.
And adjusting the kickdowns for the...
the kickdown cable for the 3-speed? Or the flogged out. It was usually worn. You had to replace the cable, yeah?
yeah.
And the selector shaft seal?
Selector shaft seal.
Transducer?
Transducer, yeah. Always leaking oil, always covered in oil.
Output shaft seal, maybe?
Yeah.
Pan gasket, the cork pan gasket on the 3-speed.
I did some gaskets on 2,000 kilometre old XR6s.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, they just...
Amazing how Ford didn't go broke soon and paying the dealerships for all these repairs.
Yeah.
And we can probably talk about it now because they're not around, but did your dealership do all the shifty stuff the ones I work for did?
Yeah, we were.
A few dodgy warranty claims and that? A few extra VRS sets around the workshop?
Yeah, they actually had a thing where they used to make some of the technicians get bonuses if they could pump through the services.
That's it,
Some guys were getting through services that wasn't physically possible
it wasn't
to get
even
through.
there, yeah, that's it. Yeah, the foreman used to walk along. There's nothing you could do, people. It wasn't up to us. We just did our job. The foreman used to walk along where I was, and places bulldozed long gone. There's, high-rise apartments there, you know what I mean? Yep. And Bib Stillwell, mate, where would he be? But anyway, I just named him. Anyway, that was it. And the foreman, he'd walk along there and just pick up the parts, so spare parts to bring the parts out and put it on your bay number, bay 22, right? Yep. There's your RO, you say, hey, parts, and they bring it out. Yep. And he'd walk past and he'd pick up half the parts from the service and pick it up, and he'd look at you, eye contact, pick it up and put it behind your toolbox. Yeah. And he'd just give you that look and then keep walking. So that's like, no, on this one, they're the things we're not doing, you know? Yeah. So that's what you were paying for at dealerships back then, people. They wouldn't have any more now, would it?
No, not now. Not even partner workshops have done that.
Of course not, yeah. Anyway, there you go, Fords. What about power steering hoses, mate? Recall 051. 051.
5/8 spanners.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, ground down, make it think. Yeah, 5/8. And was there a 9/16 or something as well, or I've forgotten my sizes?
I remember the 5/8.
I will have to go back to the toolbox and do it. That was the one at the top, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or was that the bottom?
Yeah, that was the back of the pump.
Yeah.
We used to do all them. Constant. And squeaks. Squeaks out of sway bar rubbers and...
We used to go to, they'd load up us as first year apprentices and go out to all the auction, all the wholesalers and that. Yep. And you just go in there and say, hey, you got any EA Falcons? They go, we got a, free repair for you, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And we just go in and pump them out, mate, Take in all the hoses, you take your rags, your little bit of power steering fluid. Anyway, we're talking back to Toyotas now anyway. So I wonder what people want us to talk about on this job. How about this, right? If you're still with us, let us know in the comments what you want to see on this 1KD injector job. And before you do, you probably already know what we've got covered. We've got workshop partners are listed in the VIP group, so don't really worry about texting me saying, hey, who have you got in Sydney or who have you got in Brisbane? Because, you've got the best, and then there's no point going second best, third best, fourth best. So there's only really kind of one workshop partner in each capital city because I just choose the best, or one in each area, if you know what I mean. There's not that many. You've got to watch the videos to work out where they are and where they aren't. And when you go to put it back together, a lot of people go, see this plate here? They wonder where it came from. They lose it. They sort of forget it and they finish the job, and then they put a photo up and say, where this come from? And that's fair enough because this is a big job. Yep. They're not used to working on it, but that plate and that bolt with the washer on the head looks a bit different to the others. So when you take it off, you just let it sit over there together and remember to put it back on. So point is, what was my point? Yeah, let us know what you want to know in the videos. We've got the injector kits, you know that. There's a playlist there, injector information. There's a playlist there called How to Buy My Kits. There's a playlist there about the BFE kits. There's videos in the VIP group on how to remove the manifold. We're getting towards that, but we can't fit all the detail in every video. So you're getting to watch a bit of this stuff, yeah. Give it a wiggle. See, it's on that little dowel there. So that's
a dowel back here.
That's it. So you give it a wiggle and a pull, it'll just pop up. But that's the thing that people kind of like. They finish the job, and then that's on the bench.
Only thing I'd say to people too is if you are doing it yourself, take as many photos as you want.
Yeah, that's it.
It's going to help you.
It's just because you've got probably a bit of corrosion up on the top side, but it's going to come. It's going to come. It's a bit dirty, that's all. That's it. That's the one. See that bit of corrosion, everybody? It's been like that for how many? 380k, 380k, another 1KD that missed out on the crap pistons. Anyway, I think we've waffled enough in this video. Subscribe, turn the bell on, and we'll catch you on the next one.